Welcome. Yeah. Um, Now, for those who are coming for the first time, my name is Ismail, popularly called the Mentor Ismail. And professionally, I'm a Forex trader. Yeah, I trade Forex. That's what I do for a living. Okay. And also into mentorship, whatever business that is people oriented, yeah, you'll find me there, especially when any business that gives value, a business that developed also myself. Yeah, that's kind of business that I like to do. Okay. Now that's for those who don't know me. And for those who know me, I still remain the same. Of course, still the mentor Ismail. And I'm happy to host you tonight. We're going to be talking about something fantastic. Yeah. Of course, last week, some of us were on the call and we learned some things about this industry, right? And the opportunity that I'm about to present to you. Of course, we all learned something, one or two, right? But today, also, we'll be talking about the same topic, but of course, it's always come in different ways, more researches, more updates, and so on and so forth. And one thing about life is they say repetition is the key to mastership. So even if you've heard it before, you heard it again, hearing it again doesn't it's not a bad thing. It really makes you to understand the topic of discussion. So it helps you to take a decision based on a very um okay, that's an informed decision. That's what I want to say. So it makes you to take a very informed decision. Yeah. I mean, you won't be taking decision based on hypes and noise and yeah. I mean, we want you to take decision based on something real, okay? Something that you're sure of eventually, right? So yeah, that's all the whole thing is all about. Now, quickly, let's get into business of the day. Uh, Before we move on, let me just give you a scenario. Or better still, let me share my screen. 1 minute. Just give you a minute. Let me share my screen. Share my screen. Please, for those who are not here, you can remind them also to be here right now. I mean, because you know why? I don't want a situation whereby during the question and answer, I'll be hearing things like, sorry, I came in a little bit late. I'm sorry, I won't be attending to such questions. Rather, I'll tell them to wait for the recording so they can watch it all over again and probably, yeah, from there, they will understand what we discussed before. Yes, I welcome questions, but it should be questions based on what you have heard that I spoke of, right? Not taking me back, like asking about what I've already answered in the past or in my presentation, okay? Yeah, you're welcome. Guys, I want us to take a minute. I want to paint the scenario for you guys. I want you to listen carefully, and I beg you, I want to paint the scenario, let it work out, okay? Now, just imagine, this is an imagination, right? Picture yourself 20 years ago. Just can you think back where you were 20 years ago? I want you to look at it. Just picture yourself like there's this time machine that takes you back to 20 years ago. Now, imagine right there where you are now, 20 years ago. Someone approached you and told you that one day you will run your business, you will run your communication, you will run your entire life right from your own phone, smartphone. What would you have said to that person? I mean, imagine let's say, what year was that? 20 years. This is 2026. Let's say in 2006. And someone approached you then and said, hey, there will be a day. You don't have to go to the shop to do your business. You don't have to travel to do your business. You don't have to meet someone to do your business. You don't have to go to a shopping mall to buy your product. You don't have to go to the telephone unit or send a letter to the night post where it gets, I mean, it doesn't have to go through the night post again and then come back to you. You don't have to, I mean, just imagine someone telling you then that you can actually plan the whole entire life. In fact, you can actually start dating online and then eventually materialize into marriage. We've had testimonials like that. A lot of things have been done online. You can actually do a lot of things online. People play games, do a lot of things online. If someone had told you 20 years ago, would you have believed that would be possible? Most of you would have said, oh, it's a lie. It's not possible. It's not even possible. It's a fake. I don't believe it. Most of you would have ignored it. I'm telling you the truth. I also would have ignored that. I mean, 20 years ago. But today, all of these things are happening right now. Now, let's talk about today. Today. I mean, you can't go back to 20 years, literally. I mean, we're just saying that for you to know that, oh, of course, it's not possible to go back, right? But today, you are in control right now. Now, I'm telling you something similar that someone could have told you 20 years ago, which you would have believed. But I'm telling you another thing today, and I want you to note, and I want you to remember this day. One day, which is already happening though, One day, you see, people will own properties. People will own assets. You will own investment across the world with little, very little amount of money that you have. I'm talking about as little as $50, $20, $100, $200, $1,000. You will own assets, properties, investment across the world right from your smartphone. I know based on what you have seen so far, by now you know that anything is possible. And you know this is even possible because it's already happening. But so it's not about asking you again that, do you believe it? Do you believe it will happen? No, 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 no. My big question to you is now, will you ignore this one too? Will you ignore this one too? Or will you position yourself early? Because let me tell you, those who foresaw what is happening today, then today they are the giant of the industry. They are the richest in the world. Are we together? So today we're going to be sharing something with you that goes in line with exactly what I'm trying to share with you, that I'm trying to relate you with. Okay? And that's what we have here today. The future of wealth is changing from property ownership to digital ownership. I really want you to pay attention because this presentation is more of mindset presentation than actual presentation, because it takes your real mindset, having the right paradigm to be able to go with this and understand better. So you won't miss out on this opportunity. Are we together? Now, I always use this illustration, remember, like I did it, I think I put it on one of my status one time, every generation have their own shift. Every generation comes with its own shift, right? Now, you know that internet changed the way we relate information entirely. Do you get it? Internet changed everything about information. Now, blockchain also is going to change ownership. Okay? So that is what we're about to talk about tonight. Our own shift is here now, and it's now left for you to really pay attention so you understand. Quickly, let's look at it. Look at this mind-boggling question here. Imagine, just picture a situation, a scenario where everyone, I mean anyone at all, not even everyone, anyone at all, could own a global real estate, which means you can have an apartment, you can have a property, you can have an asset that is in real estate anywhere, from any part of the world. Now, imagine this. Imagine a hotel in Dubai that is worth over 10 million USD. Now, imagine that hotel is for sale. If that kind of hotel is for sale, look at the amount I'm putting here, 10 million USD. I mean, in Naira, we're talking about over 1 point, am I correct? That would be 1.4 billion Naira, if I'm right. Or more than that, about 14 billion, let's say. $1 million is 1.4 billion, right? So that's about 1.4 billion, 14, yeah, do the math. Anyway, that's 10 times 1,400 and $400, 400 Naira. I just want to put it in billions so you know what it's saying. Now, in today's world, you know that there are only 3 people here that can do that can even attempt such transaction. Either you're a billionaire who inherited a lot of wealth, or you have your own wealth, or a large real estate company that is well established and funded by investors, or an investment fund company like, JP Morgan and the rest of them. Now, those are the 3 categories of people that can approach this kind of investment. Now, what happens to the people like us? What happens to the rest of people all over the world? Locked out. You can't even have access because of what? Because of what is involved. And this is why that statement, the rich keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer. The rich getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer. That statement is not like a curse, or it's like just a statement. It's a matter of a system, the way the system is designed. What you don't have, you don't have. Isn't it? Now, the question now is, what if that changed? What if that changed? What if anywhere, anyone can own a property or a piece of that same property? What if that happens? Now, the reason why this has not been able to be possible is simply because of the system. And what is the system issue? Number 1, investment requires huge capital. We all know that. Then also, we are limited by what? Our location, your access, because you can only see the properties, you can only see the investment, you can only see most information around you. What is happening in another country, you may not know. Even when we have the internet, you don't see things. Today, you all know that what you see mostly on the internet these days, except you search for yourself, are always bad informations about certain country, isn't it? If you are abroad, the only thing you hear about Nigeria, is that the media, they like to project the negative part because that's what sells more in the news. So You are only limited to where you are. Then also, even if you are now have access, if you know about an investment abroad, okay, trying to invest abroad, the cross-border issues, a lot of procedures to follow, makes it so limiting, isn't it? Then the middlemen also, they take most of the money, and then by the time you get to your own money or the money gets to you, it's already gone, isn't it? So all of these ones made the wealth to be restricted to only a few set of people. Now, what is the shift? I talked about shift when I was saying, when I started this seminar, right? Now, what is the shift here? The shift is the blockchain technology. The blockchain technology. Now, why is the blockchain technology necessary here? Now, remember, we were talking about something that, okay, what if someone is able to purchase a property in Dubai? Okay, I mean, a property that is worth $10 million. Instead of waiting for someone or waiting for people who have the $10 million, or even instead of it being locked out from having access to such $10 million properties, what if you can own a piece, which means everybody coming together to own a piece as much as they can afford, come together to own that same property, earn from that same property. Imagine you with $100, you can earn from a property of $10 million. You with a $1,000, you can earn from a property of $10 million. Everybody can now earn from a multi-million dollar investment or asset, so to speak, because there are a lot of investment here, right? Now, for you to be able to do that, it may not be physically possible if one person is the custodian of the whole transaction. But with the help of the blockchain, and what is the blockchain technology? It's actually like a transaction portal where transactions takes place, and those transactions are not controlled by a central unit. Rather, it's controlled by everybody, which means it's a decentralized center for transaction. It keeps record clean, it is secured, it is transparent, and it's fast and easy, and it's so cost way lesser than every other platform. Okay, so with the blockchain technology, people can contribute, people can come together, buying off asset, and also the revenue from that asset will also be distributed through the same channel without issues. So with the blockchain technology now, you can now become a digital ownership of a property, a real property in Singapore. You can become a digital ownership, a real property in Dubai. You don't have to say, oh, because I'm poor, I cannot invest in properties anymore. Now you can invest in bigger properties, right? Isn't it? Even by being an ordinary person. Like, I'm an ordinary person, but I can have investment in several properties all over the world. It is borderless, of course. It is transparent, secured ownership records, and decentralized infrastructure. Now, what does this mean? Let's put it back to the story that I started with. So what it simply means now is, instead of having one owner bringing $10 million, now this same $10 million can be divided into 10,000 digital shares. For those of us who are familiar with what we call shares, I mean, when it comes to companies, people buy shares and stocks, right? But this time around, this is the first time in the history of investment that you can have what they call shares and stocks in properties. Don't get me wrong, not in companies that sells properties, because some of us don't get it. There are companies that sells properties that are listed on the stock exchange as well, that you can buy shares of that company. But you are not owning any property, you're only investing in the company that runs the real estate business. But this time around, we're talking about you are going to be a part owner of a real world asset, a real estate, like what you're seeing here on the screen. Imagine you're a part owner of skyscrapers like this, investment areas like this, central business district area like this. You know what I'm saying? So now you can be a part of a digital share owner. You can now have investment in Lagos, in London, in Dubai, Joburg, Harare, New York, Zanzibar, name them all. You can have an apartment in front of the beach in Zanzibar. You can also have in Madagascar. You can have in Singapore, Sands Bay. You can have in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. You can have anywhere in the world, even without being extraordinary, even without having millions. This is exactly a big breakthrough. Guys, let me tell you something. Now it means you can buy a small piece of a big property with the less money that you have. This concept is called asset tokenization, and it falls under a concept or a system that they call real world asset tokenization. Okay, but before I move on, I'd like to tell you this one. Now, some of us are in this call right now, and you'll be saying in your mind, oh my goodness, here they come again. There was this one that I did. Not the kind of, you said there's a business that I did, I lost my money, it's a scam, is this, is that. It's okay, you're right. I'm telling you, a lot of scams here and there. But let me tell you how to know a real scam. There's a business, there's a system that I use in recognizing a scam. Number one, any business you want to do, anything you want to do, whether investment like this or a real business, right? Where you have to put in your effort. Here, you don't have to put effort. Here, your money works for you. That's the difference between a business and an investment, right? You can practically put your money here, go to sleep, and you make money while you sleep. But the business, you have to be there, right? Now to make money. Now, quickly, let me tell you the things to look out for. Any business opportunity that is not a solution to a bigger global problem is not a real business. There have to be a big problem. People have to be going through something, and they have to be praying about that situation. They have to be wishing they're out of that situation. They have to be tired of that situation. Now, when they are tired of that situation, of course, they are looking out for solutions, a real practical solutions that can get them what they want, isn't it? Now, if your business is a solution to their problem, then you are in business. Now, let's look at this one. Okay, is this a solution to a problem? Yes, it is. A lot of people are poor, a lot of people are ordinary, a lot of people are middle class, and they've been like that for years, and they're actually working hard. They're actually making money, but the money is not just enough to make them rest. So they keep on working and working and working. They keep on saving and saving and waiting to the day they have enough money to have such investment. But do you know what? The moment they get that money, the investment has gone triple, like 100 times. You get my point? That is a problem, isn't it? Now, the problem is ordinary people like us don't have access to big investment that makes the rich richer. So we can at least catch up a little bit with the league. That is a big problem. It's a problem in Zimbabwe. It's a problem in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Ghana, in India, in the United States of America, in anywhere. Just name the country and I'll tell you it's actually a big problem. So now, if this is going to solve that problem, then it's a business. That's the one way of knowing a real business. Now, check all the scams you've done before. What are they telling you? Nonsense things like, hey, we are creating a crypto for gamers. You play game, you make money. I'm telling you, is gaming a problem of the country? Did you read any economic news and you say game is a problem? This is just a relaxation, which not everybody chooses to use that. You hear some people telling you, oh, there's a device that's coming to do DeFi, all those sophisticated language that gets you confused. And then you're like, oh my goodness. No, a business that is solving a real life problem that is really affecting real people from different categories, whether learned or not, whether illiterate or not literate, whether tall, short, or slim, or fat, or fair, whether white or black, whether in Africa or Europe or India, just name it. It's a problem everywhere. That is real business. That's how to know a scam from a real thing. The second way to know is this business we speak of must belong to an industry that is thriving. Are we together? It must belong to an industry. A business doesn't stand on its own. Now, if someone comes to you, there's a business and it doesn't have an industry, then it's nonsense. Okay, now this is a business that has a big industry. I'm going to shock you with facts and figure right now, okay? Don't worry. Now, the last thing, which I will be pointing out, the last thing is the business must have a model. What is the model? How do you make money? Where is the money coming from? How long do you make the money? All these things must have an answer. That's how to know a real business. So put your mind at rest. You're not just in any other presentation where they hype and say all those nonsense or abracadabra. Everything here is simple and it's straightforward. All you need to do is pay 100% attention. I promise to return your attention as soon as we're done with the seminar, okay? Now, quickly, think about this. This is it now. You see, this is a solution, right? You are in Lagos, but you own property in Dubai and you earn from it. You'll be feeling good, right? You are in Accra. You own a property in Lagos. You'll be very, very happy. You are now an international businessman. Not just, no, that's not the right word. International investment, because the business, like I said, you have to be actively involved. But this one, your money work for you at your level. So imagine having a part of a hotel. You are owning a part of a hotel somewhere very far, okay? You are owning a part of a shopping mall. Imagine you're a part owner of a shopping mall. What do you call it, this mall again? Mall of Asia in Philippines. I like using it for an example, right? It's Mall of Asia, okay? In Philippines, in Manila, it's the third largest mall in the world. You can check it out. Very massive. Imagine you having a share in that. Imagine having a part of a global investment fund. I mean, it can happen all from your phone. This is exactly the future of finance. Guys, now let's talk about the industry. Check 2. You know, I told you the business must be a solution to a problem. But let's talk about also the second fact, which you need to know whether a business is real or not. It must belong to an industry. And what industry are we talking about? The real world asset tokenization industry. As you can see here, this industry is already thriving, very big. What is real world asset tokenization? Looking at what tokenization, most of us are used to that word. Someone wants to give you something small, said, oh, please, I want you to accept a token from me. It means it's small, right? So it means bringing a big size investment, breaking it down into pieces, so ordinary person can have access. Everyone can have access based on their capability without having to break the bank. That is exactly the concept. And it's being used all over the world right now, especially in developed countries like the United States. It's being used in the United States already. There are bonds, there are treasury bills, gold, real estate and so on. They're already using it in the United States right now, and it's booming like anything. As a matter of fact, research says in 2030, this industry is going to over $16 trillion market. Now, I want to shock you with this fact. I want you to pay attention, please. I want to shock you why you need to listen tonight and why you need to be excited even in advance. Quickly, I want you to know. So if you have a pen, or maybe, of course, this is recorded, you can always get back to it. Now, quickly, let's look at this together. There's what, for me, there's what I call global power. What did I call it? Global power. Okay? Now, this is a shift, right? Now, you want to ask yourself, this shift, what solution is it coming to solve? In what industry? So it's solving a solution whereby ordinary people can now, solving a problem whereby ordinary people used to have issues being part of big investment. But now, with this system, you can have access to big investment. But then, in what exact industry? In the real estate industry, guys. Imagine, check right now, the real estate, the global real estate market alone is worth more than what? $300 trillion. Do you know what that means? That is like ×3 of the stock exchange entirely, globally. If you're a stockbroker here, you know what I'm talking about. If you are buying shares, whatever you are buying in that shares is minute to the industry of real estate globally. I'm talking of real estate, property business. Over $300 trillion market. If you have access to such market, you're already successful. But now you're not just going into that market. You're going to that market with a very good solution. What solution we're talking about? You are coming to this market with solution for those who want to partake in the investment of real estate. Now they can have access. You are also giving solution to the developers who are into the business, who are developing the real estate, who are the ones selling the real estate properties. You are giving them a solution because now they can sell faster. Now they can sell what? Faster. So you are bringing a solution to those who are already buying and to those who are selling. And their industry, both the sellers and the buyers, is over that's $300 trillion. I wanted to make up the point I'm trying to give you now. You are in an industry, you are giving solution that these people have been praying for. And these people you are talking about, they're already making a turnover of $300 trillion. Now you are now coming as the messiah of the industry with the solution of RWA, which make now more people can now buy and give them more money, and they too can sell more property. Do you know what that means? That means you are going to be attracting that $300 trillion to yourself. But that's not all. The question is, are you late to the party? No. Do you know why? Because right now, you can make research right now. Right now, the RWA has only been able to successfully list only as in less than 1% of this $300 trillion real estate properties or real estate business. Less than 1% of it is what we have now on the blockchain or on the RWA system platform. Less than 1% of this is what we have now. Now, look at it. It is a solution to this industry of $300 trillion. Less than 1% already knew about it, which means we have 99% remaining. Do you know what that means? As you are coming in now, it means you are coming in early. You're going to be part of the solution for the remaining 99% of this $300 trillion. My God, even if you have only 0.000001 share of this industry, $300 trillion, you are rich for life. That is why you need to consider this fast, and you know that you are early in this industry. I hope I make a point here, actually, because I'm trying to let you know that this is something not just new, it is timely. You are coming at the right time. Do you understand? So, yet, property, you understand? Real estate industry is growing, right? But property buying is slow, paper-based, restricted to the wealthy. This is the problem they have. Now, with this one now, you are coming in with a solution. And what is that solution? Quickly, let me tell you the differences now. In the old system that generated $300 trillion, they use high capital. You need high capital to be part of it. Now, with this new system you are bringing in, it helps them now to make the capital a low entry. So more people will bring in more money. This $300 trillion may go to what? To even gazillion dollars. Do you get my point now? That is not all. The old system that generated $300 trillion was still limited access. I mean, it's limited access, only limited to the few. Now, with your own system that we are bringing in now, it will allow more access to more people. Now, imagine a market that's already $300 trillion with our own asset, with this platform, more people can be part of it, which generate more revenue again. Then also, before now, slow transactions. But now, with this system of blockchain and RWA, Instant transaction. You can buy property instantly right now just by sitting within minutes. You can sell property within minutes right from your smartphone. And last but not the least, the one that gave you $300 trillion right now, it's locally made. Like it's a local opportunity only. People only buy properties right where they are. Most times, for you to get Nigerians who have property in the US, in the UK, most times they have to travel down, but they have to have a representative over there, isn't it? But now, borderless. It is borderless now. You can earn from anywhere. You can buy from anywhere. That is what you have in your hand right now. So I want you to see beyond just another opportunity. No, we are handing you, we're handling you right now, the future. Are we together? So why is this important? Number one, no need for millions, no location limit, open to everyone, built for the future, own a small piece of big things, easy to buy and easy to sell, lower fees and faster deals, trust and transparency, and you can earn passive income. This is not an upgrade. I tell you, this is a big, complete shift. So the question now is this. This is a beautiful industry, a beautiful solution, which I've shown you already. This is something powerful. So, but you need a platform to be part of this big opportunity, isn't it? You need a platform. So, and that is where SWSS comes in. So, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to introduce you to SWSS. This is a company that is situated in the UK. I mean, it's a platform situated in the UK. Let me use the word platform because when it comes to blockchain and on-chain transactions, we use the word platform. Okay, so it emanated from a company that started. I mean, these guys have their experience in real estate for over 30 years, successful. They're also experienced in fintech, you know, and also digital asset like cryptocurrency and so on and so forth, blockchain and so on and so forth. So what is SWSS now? It is a blockchain ecosystem. I will tell you why it's called, the ecosystem is used here now. Designed to power real-world asset ownership in line with real estate and more assets. Now, what is the mission of this? It's simple. It's bringing blockchain technology, making real-world assets like properties easy for everyone to participate, but only thrive when we have many users all over the world. And that is why we are here today. Tonight we are here. We are sharing this information with one another. We keep sharing this information because the more people hear about this, the more participants, the more successful the platform becomes. Now, so real-world asset, you become a digital ownership of that asset, and that gives you a global participation in the revenue that you hear with your ears for a long time. Now you can now participate and make money from them. Now, which means with this one, you can invest from anywhere, you can own global asset, earn from the real estate growth, start small, scale big, and also be early in an opportunity that is growing very, very fast. Quickly, talking about the ecosystem, SWSS also have other area of businesses in the blockchain. I mean, in the entire platform, which are businesses on their own. Now, for those of us who have heard about cryptocurrency, you've heard about Bitcoin. Bitcoin actually come for one thing, transactions. Bitcoin is meant to use to buy stuff, you know, to get paid. They pay you with Bitcoin. You can use it to buy stuff. That's the only mission. That's the only thing Bitcoin does. Yet, with that, Bitcoin was able to move from $0.00044 to now over 78, going to $80,000 right now as I speak with you per one. Imagine that. As of 2014, Bitcoin was around $600. Now it's 74,000. I know that someone that told you in 2014 that this is going to get to this point also, you will say it's a lie, it's a scam, it's not possible. But right now, it is a reality, isn't it? Now, if Bitcoin could succeed like that, just on that one, imagine what can happen to SWSS. There's also another one called BNB. BNB started from 0.0000 whatever cent. Now it's around $600 to $700 per one. And BNB is only used for gas fees. They use it for paying for gas fees for every transaction. Now, you can imagine that. And we have a lot of them like that. But SWSS have that and more. Number one, SWSS have a blockchain. Blockchain where you can do your businesses, you can do your real estate business. It has the smart contract business, which is like a system where every deals, every rules you make is already being taken care of without you having to interfere, or any human interference at all, right? And also, they have this LaunchX. The LaunchX is for people who want to start their own crypto, they want to have their own digital currency. They can also come to SWSS and launch. Okay? They have what? The wallet system, SWSS wallet, to store your tokens. Like those of you who are already into crypto, we have Trust Wallet, we have MetaMask, and so on and so forth. We have SafePal, we have Token Pocket. All of these ones are wallet system. But SWSS also have this one, so people can do the same thing, store their tokens and manage, and also use it to buy other stuff or do other businesses. Also, we have the SWSS travel. People can now travel, you know, they have deals with different travel companies whereby you can book travels and you can book it at a very big discount using SWSS digital assets. Also, we have SWSS Billionaire for gamers now. When you play game online, you can play to earn crypto and so on and so forth. We have SWSS Pay payment system where you can use to do transactions, buy on Alibaba, on all of this, what do you call it? Book Airbnb, book hotels, and so on and so forth. Also, we have the decentralized exchange where you can trade your crypto just like the Binance, just like the Bybit, and so on and so forth. Now, imagine SWSS have all of these big businesses on their own. All of these businesses on their own, they are big businesses and billion-dollar businesses on their own. Yet, all of these ones are there. And SWSS is now crowned with the Swiss estates, which is what? The real estate business, which we talked about, or we've been talking about, the real world asset tokenization, where you can have access to buy and sell properties, to own properties, even with as low as $150, and you can sell off your property instantly, and you can make revenue, rent on properties all over the world without leaving your living room, just by using your smartphone. Imagine all of this. All of these are businesses on their own, and they're all in the same platform. So that's why we call it an ecosystem, which makes the whole platform booming with a lot of people coming for different transactions. Now, the more people come into to make different transactions, the more they get exposed to this property, to the RWA industry, the more money flows around, the more everybody is happy and successful. Now, we'll talk about SWSS coin. Why are we here? Simple. You see, any business you do on the blockchain, which is digitally now, you can only pay digitally. You can't pay with a normal currency or paper currency, right? So that is why SWSS now feel if we're going to be doing all these big businesses on our platform, we can't be using other person's coin. When we have our own platform, we can actually have our own coin. And if you have our own coin, we'll be making money in different ways. Apart from the money we make from our real estate, we also make money from storing our own coin because it grows in value for every transaction that happens. We all know the law of supply and demand, isn't it? That's what we make. I mean, there's a lot of demand in different businesses. People will need Swiss coin, that's SWSS coin. The more they need it, they use it for transaction, the more the value grows. This is the only business other cryptocurrency have. And for me, it's a good business, but it's not just enough. Because why? That is why you see in the case, you can buy Bitcoin today at $100,000, it can come to $70,000 the next minute. And now that for me is not safe. That's not enough. So that is why I love this part, because your own cryptocurrency here is tied to a real asset where you earn revenue like rent globally. You can imagine how powerful that can be. Okay? Now, so you see, utility is the backbone of every business, isn't it? Now, with SWSS cryptocurrency, you see, it does more than trading, like other cryptocurrencies. Like every other cryptocurrencies is only for trading. They'll tell you, I buy it. When people buy it, the value will go. When they sell it, the value will drop. I mean, that's not a business. That can be controlled by anybody. That's why you see the issue where some people will pull out their investment or their crypto, and then what happens to the value? It goes down. While some people will put in some their crypto, they put money in their crypto, and what happens? It goes up. It keeps going on and up based on the emotion of those who are putting their money in buying and selling. That is why that is not enough. But see, when your coin is designed to back real projects, real businesses in real life, real properties that you can see and feel and touch, you earn from that property, you make money, and also the value of that coin keep growing. So you can book travel, you can participate in decentralized finance, you can do anything, you can access blockchain projects from anywhere because our blockchain is also multi-chain. It can work with other blockchain. Now let's leave all this technical part. Let's go to the next big business. Some of you will be like, okay, can I trust this company? Yes, you can. I mean, the truth is, when it comes to blockchain business or digital currency business, you don't really need certification. You just need a white paper contract, which, of course, if you go to the site of SWSS, you see what do you call it now? The white paper, which is the contracts. You see it there. But you see, yet SWSS still have licenses. Why must we have a license? Because we are not dealing on just crypto. We are dealing in real business. We are dealing in real estate. Now, real estate are buildings, real properties that are situated in some areas, in locations. Those locations are governed by laws. Those areas where those things are governed by law, for you to do business in those properties, you have to what? Abide by the law of the land. That is why we have licenses here. I mean, it emanated from the United Kingdom. You can screenshot and make your own findings on these ones. These are the licenses we have here. We have in Canada also with Fintrack. Fintrack is a very big corporation. They're actually involved with anything that has to do with money laundering. They make sure that the business you are doing, there's nothing like money laundering or any financial crime at all associated with your businesses. This is the same license the bankers, all the banks in this country or this jurisdiction, they acquire before they start their business. So this is it. You can always look at it together. I mean, you can take a screenshot and go after that eventually. Okay? So that is that about the licenses. Okay? Now, talking about community, some of us be wondering, okay, this is so good. Why am I talking to you about this? Why do we have to spread the news? Well, it is not your job. It's not a must. You can just invest your money and sleep. But it's okay because your money, I will show you some things, right? At the end of this presentation, I'll show you live evidences of what has happened or what can happen to you, right? But then, why we do this is simple. You see, the more the community, the bigger the ecosystem, the bigger the platform, the bigger the transactions, the faster we buy properties, the faster we sell properties, the more revenue we generate, and also the more developers we attract to the system. It's simple. Without a citizen, there is no country. They say the same thing with business. Without people, no business. So we're doing our job, letting people know about this opportunity so they can make more out of this whole thing, and we can all become part of the shift together. So when we build the system, of course, leaders get rewarded. Now, talking about reward, there is another company that's in charge of that. Now, SWSS in charge of the project, then we have Quantum in charge of the marketing system, in charge of distributing this news, in charge of getting people involved all over the world, globally. As I speak with you, Quantum was in Silicon Valley. They were at Silicon Valley 3 days ago. They had an event at Silicon Valley. Over 600 investors were in that event, and they signed up. The least investor there was $10,000. We had $100,000, $500,000 investor in that event. It was powerful, and the hotel very massive, big, nice suite. I mean, some of us are actually going to Thailand as well, which I'll be talking about at the end of this presentation. Also, we're going to be having that experience. So I don't want to talk about what I saw in the video, but when we get back, I'll show you what I experienced eventually. But this is it. So Quantum is in charge of all of this one. So with Quantum now, you have the access to the platform. Nobody else can sell this SWSS coin to you. You can only get it through Quantum. Okay? Now, so you can acquire your asset, can build your network, which is optional now. Remember, building network is like letting other people know about it. That is optional. You don't have to. It's actually an investment program where you put your money and you go to sleep if you have enough money, right? But if you don't, if you have if you have just little capital, it's okay if you want to build network so you can make more money. I'll show you that also. Also, now you participate in the growth. So the marketing structure is for expansion, and every participation attracts incentives, which we are going to talk about. So that brings us to this part. So you can know where you belong. Now, because sometimes we get it mixed up. Some people say, is it a must I introduce other people? No, it depends on how you are coming in. If you come in as an investor, you don't need to, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Your money works for you and you make money either way. So people who want to acquire their tokens, which is the tokens that you use for buying properties, selling properties, making money, and being part of this whole project, right? Now, you want to buy and hold them as the ecosystem grows. Because as the ecosystem grows, you make money and you get value for what you have invested in. You do not need to build a network. It's not a must. But for those of us, and I say those of us because I'm part of those people, that you have the money to invest, yet you also want to make more money in the system, then you can invite people. We call ourselves builders. Or some of you that have little money and you want to expand, you still also what? You can be a builder. Who are builders now? Builders are those people who also, they are in the same system, they have invested also, but they are now actively involved in the expansion of the ecosystem. Now, Quantum provides a structured marketing and referral model that rewards people for helping grow the network, okay? So both of these people participate in the system. So you share the opportunity, you build the community, and you earn from the ecosystem. Now, this allows people with limited capital to participate through effort instead of large investment, okay? So there are many ways you can earn. You earn from direct referrals. You earn from network growth incentives. You earn from leadership bonuses. You earn from the ecosystem participation and also other rewards and so on and so forth. Now, quickly, I want to take you straight to how you come in and what you can get, okay? Both as an investor and also as a builder. But before I do that, there's a heavy disclaimer here, which is very important for every legit business, okay? Now, I don't have to read all of this one because it's actually boring for me. I'm not the type that like to read exactly. Be reading reading from the screen. I like to say it to you, explain it, and summarize. What it simply means is this. Make sure that you are attentive in this whole event. Ask questions, get the understanding, and make sure at the end of the day, your decision is based on your personal conviction. Okay? Don't just do it because I said it or so. Do it because now you understand. Now, if you don't understand, ask questions till you understand, and then let's do it together, and I tell you, you'll be happy. So get it right. That's the disclaimer, okay? Now, let's talk about how to access this powerful opportunity. Now, when you come in, okay, we have different levels of investment. We have the $100 to $250 package. We have the $500 to $1K, $1,000 package. We have the $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 package. We have the $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, and so on and so forth, depending on what you can afford, right? That's why you see it started from 100 USD. Now, when you bring in your money here, okay, you have the freedom to choose what you want. But irrespective, Quantum designed a very good package for you. Now, the money you bring in here is meant for you to invest in this SWSS token. Why do you need to invest in that SWSS token? Because that is the token you will be using to buy your properties, of course. Now, why are you buying it now? Because now it's actually at the cheaper. It started from 35 cents per coin, but right now it's 65 cents. As a matter of fact, sometimes it goes between 65 to $1 on a daily basis. Okay. Now, this happens. So if you bring in the money you bring in now, you have more of these tokens, because the more the tokens you have, the higher the number of chances of getting more properties than one. Okay, so that gives you bigger opportunity. Now, outside that, Quantum now presented and now added an incentive to it, which we call the Kaizen AI. What is Kaizen AI? This is a trading robot. It's a robot. You don't have to be part of it. And it's not just a robot, not like everyone you know. This is a robot used for institution. They only trade for institution with this one. Big institution with this one. Hedge funds, okay? And it only trade crypto. And it only trade between Bitcoin and USDT. It sells and buys on your behalf. It does that the whole day. But at the end of the day, when it's done, Quantum takes their own share, you get your own share. And what is your share now from this? It pays you 1% of whatever amount you put in this system. I will explain what this means to you in a practical way, okay? Now, let's look at this. So, if you bring in your 100 or 250 USD, your Kaizen reward on a daily basis. Imagine, you make money on a daily basis without getting yourself involved. Just leave your phone, wake up and see money there. 0.5% of whatever amount you have in the system. Okay? Also, if you start building, you can make this one 5%. But the best part is, you see this 0.5% you earn, you're going to earn in it. You keep on earning it until you have earned 5 times of whatever amount you put in the system. So let's say you put in $250. This will continue coming to you on a daily basis until you hit $750, which is 5 times your $250. So the same thing goes for all the packages. So if you have $100,000, it will continue to you hit $500,000. Now, the percentages differs based on the amount you put in. So those from $100 to $1,000, you get 0.5% on a daily basis. Now, this, you don't have to bring in anybody. You don't have to talk to anybody. Your money works for you. Okay? If you're from 3,000 to 10,000, you get 0.6% on a daily basis. 25,000 to 50,000, 0.8%. 100,000 upward, 1%. Okay? Now, what does this mean? This means that at the end of the day, at the end of the month, you are sure of making money. Daily income, monthly income, weekly income, it keeps coming. And then you can recover a lot of money even before the big business of the investment comes in. Now, I'm going to be sharing my screen. It's unfortunate. I would have loved to share my big screen here so you can see it clearly. I don't know why I cannot log in my wallet from here. But I'm going to be sharing my screen so you understand. I want to show you the practical for what this means. Okay? I'll be sharing you my screen. I'm going to be transparent here. I'll be sharing my own back office, my own wallet, so you see what I mean by this. And I want you to pay very good attention, okay? And I'm happy because some of us that were part of the system, the training on what do you call it? On the last week, okay? At least you will see the updates right now, right? It's always important to see the updates. Cool. So I'm gonna be sharing my screen, my phone. Maybe next one I'll prepare myself very well. To use my tablet so you can see it bigger. Okay. All right. Here I come. Okay. I hope you can see my screen. If I see my screen, please put a 1 in the chat box, please. If you can see my screen, put a 1 in the chat box. If you can see my screen, type a 1 in the chat box. If you can see my phone screen, just put 1 in the chat box, in the comment box. Okay, thank you very much. All right, guys. Actually, I'm ashamed of myself. I don't like, I'm sharing. As you can see, this is my name. This is my name, right? Now, guys, I want you to see something. Okay, I'll go straight to the wallet system so you understand. This is my wallet. Now, guys, look at this. I don't know if you can see this. If you look at what I have here, shoot. 1 minute. Now, if you look at what I have here, I have 4 types of income here. I mean, literally, you know why I have 4 types of income? Because I'm not just an investor. I'm also I'm a builder. I'm doing both. Now, I don't want you to be, for those of you who probably want to, don't just look at the amount. Like, okay, being timid. I don't want to use that word. Let me just leave it as it is. So now I want to show you the package I did. So if you see, I did actually a total of what? I have $3,000 here, right? So I did a $3,000 package. I invested $3,000. Now I want you to focus on this side, on the 3,000. If you look at this, purchase date, it was 3rd of April. Correct, right? 3rd of April, yeah? March, April, yeah, 4th. Now, even the time is there, right? It was 6 p.m., but that's not the point. The point here is I dedicated my 3,000, 70% of my 3,000. I want you to look at the screen right now. 70% of my $3,000. I dedicated it to the Kaizen AI for the daily trading rewards. 30% of my 3,000, which is $900. I dedicated that to the staking. Vol, what is staking now? That is the coin that we're going to be using to buy our real estate properties. Okay? And I will show you the benefit of these two. Okay? Let's start with now. So I staked for 36 months. That's for me. Okay? And let's start with the Kaizen AI, the 2,100 that I staked, the 70%. What does that mean? Quickly, it means that I'm giving the Kaizen. Look at Kaizen. This is Kaizen, guys. Kaizen, as you can see. But you see it better. Now, this is Kaizen. Look at this. This is the Kaizen robot. I'm giving this system, this Kaizen system, okay? I'm giving it $2,100 to be in the system. It trades for me on a daily basis. Look at the trades. These are real trades. If you're a forex trader or what do you call it, a crypto trader here, you just look at the entry price, go and check your chart. You see that this is real. The time is there. The time it entered, the date, everything is recorded. There are some losses also, and there are some wins. That's how you know a real business, not a business that have winning. But whether losses or win, you don't ever lose because you must always get a reward of that your percentage that is promised to you every day. Now, let's go and look at my reward every day. I go back to my wallet now. Guys, I started on the 3rd of April. Okay? Is that April, yeah? Okay, on the 3rd of April. And if you calculate 3rd of April, I'll be 1 month in 3rd. Am I correct? Is that 3rd of April, right? Okay, anyways. In other words, look at what I've made so far. On the Kaizen AI balance, $345. Why? Because every day I get $21 every day. So I have $345 without touching the system, without using my hand. Can you see my screen? Come on, it's like it's going on. Okay, right. $345 you are seeing here is already over 10% of my entire capital. Remember, I used 2,100. Now, the 1% of that 2,100 is what I get every day, which is $21. Now, if you divide this 345 by $21, it tells you how many days. You can imagine. So as I see it now, by the time I'm already 1 month on this package, okay, on this particular package, I will be having about 400 USD. I have about 5 or 6 days, 7 days to go. I don't know, right? I'll be having about 400 plus USD. And that's what I'll be getting every month without touching the system. Now, the other money you are seeing here, the quantum balance 280, the USDT 100, I've withdrawn. I've made some withdrawal. I will show you. I've made some withdrawal. This weekend, I made withdrawal. Let me show you the withdrawal I made this weekend. I made a withdrawal of 142 USD. I made a withdrawal of 50 USD. This 21 USD was in March. This was the one I used in testing the system, whether it's real, whether I'll get paid. These are withdrawals I made this weekend, okay? And by Monday also, I'm going to keep getting this money and keep coming in. without me doing anything, guys. Now, is that all that we can get? Now, guess what? I'm going to be earning this money until I get up to $15,000 because that is times 5 of my entire investments. I'll get times 5 of my entire investment. Remember, I showed you on the slide. Okay? But so far, I've gotten 345. But the truth is, I've actually, if you look at everything I have here, I've made about $945. Guys, I mean, if $948. But guess what? By tomorrow, it should be going to $1,500. I'm already making half of my entire investment in less than 1 month. Guys, on this one alone, I've not even started talking about the real estate because that is the one we are staking. Now, let's go to the second part, the real estate. Let me go to the second part, the real estate. So that I'll be using a calculator for you to understand. So let's use this calculator. Now, remember, I have $900, which is 30% for the real estate part, which is staking. So what I did, if you look at my screen then, you see 36 months staking. So let's say this is $900, 36 months staking. It gives me 22% every year. So that's 36 months. That's 3 years from now. That's not bad. I mean, Bitcoin 2014 was $600. This is 2026. How many years now? I mean, from then. I mean, if you look at that, that's about 12 years, if I'm right. In 12 years' time, 76,000. We are saying 3 years from now. It's not bad. 3 years ago was just like yesterday, right? Okay, I staked this 900 for that time. I don't need to bother because I've already made almost my money. I've made half of my money. I'm going to be making half of my money by tomorrow, hopefully, right? But let's talk about this one. In 36 months. Now, what would have happened in 36 months? The projection of the company, everything the company is doing right now, going to Los Angeles in the US, they were in Miami, they were in Las Vegas, they were in Malaysia, Asia the last time. Now it's only Africa. We are the first in Africa. Guys, you should be excited. We are the first in Africa. Though we are behind for the USA because they've already been, I mean, they understood the system. That's why they're already ahead. They put in big money and their event is bigger. But I know that the moment we come back from Thailand, Africa is going to be very hot and we are going to be the pioneer. And that's why I want us to work together. Now, let's talk about the company, the platform. What are they looking at? We are looking at SWSS coin. That's what they said, that by that 36 months time, averagely, on the worst case scenario, should be around 50 USD per one. But me, I'm saying, let's take it to worst case scenario, even if it's $20. Even if it's $20. Now, I'm compounding. If you look at my screen then, you see that I compounded and I did 100% compounding. Guys, guess what will happen in 36 months? By 36 months, this is what I'll be having. Let me go straight to the end of it so I don't waste your time. Look at it. I'll be having a value. I'll be having value of what? 76. Why? You see, using a phone, it can be very disturbing. I mean, next time, don't worry. I'll prepare my tablet and everything will be fine. I just want to move this so you can see it clearly. So here we'll be having 78. Oh, let me see if I can. This is really, really pathetic. I want you to see what is there. It's about $78,000, guys. $78,000 from $900 to $78,000 in 3 years. In 3 years. Okay. And now what happened? Now that's $78,000. Sorry, $78,000. That's $78,000. Is it just going to be in dollars? It will be represented in properties because with that, I can invest in about 50 properties. Even if I'm doing $1,000 in every properties, I'll be having at least 50 properties globally. Guys, now it's not about this money. It's not about this $78,000. I mean, if you do the math yourself right now, all you need to do is 2,539.3892 times 20. Get the answer. 1,384.614 times 20. Add the total, you have $78,000. At the worst case scenario. Not in terms of money. I'm going to be putting them on real estate. Imagine revenue from 50 properties globally. Even if it's at the end of the year, I don't have to work again. That is the future we are selling to you right now. But I don't want you to be like those guys. I don't want you to be like those guys that will say, oh, like they said before, that internet will not work. But now we have internet. Cryptocurrency will not go far. But now it's going bigger. Stock exchange will not work. It worked afterwards. Real estate is over $300 trillion now. Some people thought it will not go that way. A lot of people don't believe in many shifts that comes. But right now, these shifts are our reality. So I don't want you to be like these guys. I want you to look at this inwardly and see what can happen to you guys. This is the opportunity we are presenting to you right now. Okay. So what time is it now? Okay. It's not, we started at 8:10. So I want to make sure that we have 3 minutes to go. In that 3 minutes, I quickly want to share with you what we have in stock. Okay. Let me see if I can do that, because what I'm supposed to show right now is for those of you who want to build quickly. Those of us who want to build, like I'm a builder right now. Apart from these ones, everything I've just shared now is only for those who are investing alone. You know, you're not interested in bringing anybody in. Imagine all these good things I just said now. You can enjoy it by not bringing anybody in, right? But now let's say you now try to now bring your friends, family, and all that. You want to let them know about this. I mean, we do the job. You just point the direction, right? Now, what happens to you? Quickly, let's go check them out. So, number one, you can be earning any of these. I say any. You will be earning all these 8 types of active income. Number one, we have the team building reward. We have the team building matching. We have the binary reward. We have the binary matching, royalty bonus, leadership bonus, circle of champions, and car branding allowance. If I can just show you a bit of this. You see, if you are building, for every person you bring, depending on the package you do, okay, you earn a percentage. For every investor that joins this opportunity, you make a percentage. The least is 5%. You see, now that's a lot of money. So you can actually make money also from helping other people to realize this opportunity. That's not all. Apart from that, we have the team building matching also. Matching simply means when you have a type of business on your left and you have the same type of business on your right, when they matches like that, you make 10% of the total business size. On Monday, they pay that kind of money. I expect my own on Monday anyways. And I know a lot of people expect their own on Monday, and it's always big. 10% is a lot, isn't it? Now, that is not all. You also get from the same business binary reward, okay, which based on your rank level. Now, some of us are close to, we're already close to this rank. I have a lot of people in the group that have already getting to the next round, So the lowest rank here for you to get to start enjoying the binary reward is Q1. Now, who is a Q1? Q1 is somebody who have been able to help people, and the business size on the left is 10,000. Business size on the right is 10,000. You make this 5% on that business as well. Sorry, you make 10%, forgive me. You make another 10% on the business size. Apart from the 10% you have gotten before, you still make another 10% on the business size of those your team, isn't it? That's not all. Binary matching also another thing. Now, this one is also from Q1, and the Q1, by then, you are done $500 as your package. You earn 5% also. Can you imagine if you calculate all of this percent from different angle? In 1 week, you have enough money to even buy many packages. You would have made all the money you invested and also even have more money to buy packages, yet you still have businesses, all the benefit of an investor is still waiting for you. This is like, for me, I believe if you have room for more, why settle for less? That's not all. If you become a Q1, you're going to get an Apple Watch. Let me remind you, Apple Watch. The Apple wristwatch is not the old Apple. I'm talking about the latest one. In Naira, this Apple Watch is about close to 2 million Naira, 1.something million to 2 million Naira. You're going to get that. If you become a Q2, who is a Q2 now? If you have 2 Q1, you see it. I like this part. You don't grow without helping another person grow. You see it now. You have to have 2 Q1 like yourself, one on your left, one on your right. You become a Q2, you get an iPad, the latest one. Then for you to be a Q3, you have to help 2 people to become Q2. Q2 on your left, Q2 on your right. You get an iPhone, latest iPhone 17. I don't know which one is the latest. You guys know. Then Q4, you get a MacBook. Q5, you get a Rolex watch. Q6, you travel the world every now and then. Now, some of you would think, oh, this is all. This is over. No, this is just for the babies. You see it now. Imagine all of these things. A Rolex watch is over. The minimum I can see here is $20,000. A Rolex watch, but it's still for babies. Let's talk about the bigger boys, the elites. This is where I'm headed. This is my own area. This is where I'm headed, right? Now, for the elites, if you become an elite 1, you get a Porsche. Is that what they call it? You get a Porsche. And now, when I checked, the value of this car is about $200,000 or thereabout, or more. You can imagine that. You get that. Elite 2, a Ferrari. Elite 3, a luxury apartment in Dubai. Elite 4, you can have a Dubai villa, which means now you're not just going to have an apartment. You'll be having a villa. You can have your own house in Dubai. Now, for those of you who know Dubai very well, I'm a traveler. I travel a lot. Thanks to my kind of business I do, right? The moment you have a villa in Dubai, you get what we call a golden visa. Golden visa is the kind of visa that allows you to stay indefinitely in Dubai. You can stay there. You can do your business in Dubai. You don't need a visa anymore. It takes you there for, you and your family. You see? So you're going to get a Dubai villa, comes with a golden visa. The last part is the big part, the biggest. I don't really like that UK too much, but it's okay. I mean, with the passport, you can go everywhere in the world. You know, for someone like me, I like to stay in my country, but I mean, I need the passport. I can go everywhere I want to go. So if you get a villa in the UK, Elite 5, and what that means is, with a villa, you can get your citizenship. Some of you will be asking me, how is that possible? It is possible. Go online and check what they call citizenship by investment. When you invest a certain amount, like in the United States now, I think from $500,000 and above, you get your citizenship. If you do the same in the UK, I don't know what this villa will cost. I know this will be costing over £1 million, or maybe I don't know how much pounds it will be, but that should cost you for a citizenship as well. Guys, this is a big business that can change everybody's life. It depends on what you want. Now, this is like a chocolate, or let's call it ice cream. You know, have you seen a guy selling ice cream? And they have a chocolate, you have the strawberry, it's an ice cream truck. It's what you want, you desire. So it's what you want, you ask for. Do you want an ice cream that is chocolate in flavor? Do you want the strawberry? Do you want vanilla? What size do you want? 3 liter? Are you okay with 1 liter? Or you're good with 900 ml? Whatever you want, you can get here. You want to be an investor, you sleep, you don't have to talk to anybody, you make money, just like I've shown you and I've proved to you. I've proven to you. I didn't just show you, I showed you my withdrawals, right? Right, I showed you my withdrawals. I'm not going to show you what I bought with my withdrawals anyways. Yeah, that, if you want to make more, you want to build, you want to invest, you want money to work for you, and you also want to work and become part of the expansion, so you can be part of the whole thing. You are welcome to make money. You are welcome to have your wristwatch, Apple wristwatch, Apple phone, iPad. You are welcome to drive your Porsche, Ferrari. You are welcome to get a Dubai luxury apartment. I'm so excited. I don't know why anyways. I think I took some coffee anyways, but it's good. Yeah, I'm hyper, right? But I'm excited actually, and I'm confident, guys. I think at this point, it's enough for you to believe, to share these, and to also be part of this. You have us. We're going to be working with you all the way. Until you succeed, we will not rest. I'm going to be welcoming just 2 questions, or maybe 3, maybe 4, and then we round up this session. Thank you very much. I'm so happy, and I thank you for staying with me from the beginning of this presentation to the end. I will unmute everyone now. Now, if you have a question, please unmute yourself. You ask me, or you type your questions on the chat. I'll go and look at the chat right now, okay? And I will answer you. How do we join? Ask the person who invited you here. Whoever invited you here after this presentation, please chat them, okay? By the way, if you still want to travel with us to Ghana, depending on what because it's free travel only for investors from $2,000 and above. If you have $2,000 and above investment, you go to Ghana, all expenses paid. Your travel, your ticket, your hotel, full board, buffet morning, afternoon, night. You connect with all these investors. Most importantly, you're going to be meeting with the management of SWSS and Quantum. They want you to see them. If they are scam or scammers, they won't want you to see them. The same thing, you can withdraw any amount you want. Any amount. The reason I kept my case and I don't want to touch my case and the 345 is because I want to make sure at the end of the 30 days, sorry, not 30 days, at the end of the month, before I withdraw, so I can show, okay, yeah, that's a good one. Sorry, forgive me. $10 and above. Yeah, because of the, But at least no limits. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, that answered that. So we have Thailand also. Thailand is for $3,000 investors and above. It's free for you. The only thing is get your documentation. When I talk about documentation, just your normal requirements of your passport and your, what's it called? Yeah, that's that. So please, I'm going to be unmuting. For those of you who want to talk, for those of you who don't like talking, you can put it in the chat box, in the comment section here, okay? Unmute. I want to unmute everyone now. Okay, so I've given you the permission to unmute yourself. A lot of people. Okay, so you ask questions. Only unmute if you have questions. If you want to talk to someone else somewhere, apart from me, please don't unmute, just mute. Okay? Hello, are you asking a question?
I direct to that my colleague. The guy, they disturb me.
Oh my goodness. Anybody with a question? The real question. If you have a question, now in the absence of no question, we're going to be calling it a night. I want you to send all the questions you have to the person who invited you. If they cannot answer, of course, we have our community. Put it on the group. We are there for you. Make sure you ask that question and make sure you ask from the right person. Now, let me tell you the biggest mistake you can make.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening.
Well done, sir. Thank you very much for this information.
You're welcome,
I really
sir.
appreciate it. Every time you hold this session, it's always